As of right now, Friday, April 17th, 2026, the market is closed and NUBURU is sitting at a closing price of 22 cents, marking a solid 6.82% jump during the final hours of the week on significant trading volume. While the broader market was digesting news of shifting crude oil prices and easing geopolitical tensions, NUBURU managed to carve out a green session that stands in sharp contrast to its long-term performance. If you were just looking at the surface, you'd see a micro-cap stock that has struggled to find its footing. But the reality beneath that price action is a company aggressively pivoting its entire existence toward defense and security applications. Most people look at the ticker BURU and see a volatile laser company that has faced delisting threats and heavy dilution. But the expectation that this is just another struggling tech firm is being challenged by a massive structural overhaul. The real story here isn't just about high-power blue lasers anymore. It's about a deliberate attempt to become a mission-critical platform for the defense industry, involving a series of complex international acquisitions and partnerships that most retail investors haven't even begun to price in correctly. There is a common belief that small-cap tech stocks in the industrial sector are essentially dead money in a high-interest rate environment, but NUBURU is trying to flip that narrative by securing 13 million euros in convertible loans and moving to take controlling stakes in firms like Techne and Orbit. When you see a stock move nearly 7% on a Friday, it usually suggests that institutional players or insiders are positioning themselves ahead of the strategic milestones the company promised for this year. We are seeing a massive gap between the market's expectation, which is that NUBURU will continue to bleed, and the reality of their transformation plan that aims to integrate laser hardware with autonomous systems and risk-intelligent software. This isn't just about welding copper anymore. It's about specialized mission vehicles and UAV solutions. The volume spikes we've seen recently indicate that the market is starting to notice these moving parts, even if the price is still a fraction of its former highs. Recent stock movement has been a wild ride, with the price bouncing between the 15 and 25 cent range over the last several weeks. Trading volumes have remained elevated, often hitting 20 million to 30 million shares in a single session, which is astronomical for a company of this size. This kind of liquid activity suggests a lot of churn, but also a growing interest from traders using platforms like the Robinhood app or SoFi Invest to play the volatility. Institutional activity has been a mixed bag, with many larger funds staying away due to the penny stock status, but the structured debt instruments the company has implemented are designed specifically to improve liquidity. We've seen the company struggle with its current ratio, which was recently reported as low as 0.27, meaning their short-term obligations significantly outweigh their liquid assets. That is the danger zone for any investment. Yet the stock continues to find buyers every time it dips toward that 52-week low of 15 cents. The earnings reactions have been predictably harsh as the company is still in a heavy burn phase. However, the momentum isn't coming from the P&L statement, it's coming from the headlines regarding their defense strategy. If you look at the sector momentum, industrial lasers have been stagnant, but defense tech is a completely different beast in 2026. Macroeconomic pressures like inflation and labor costs have hurt their manufacturing side, but the shift toward becoming a defense and security platform provides a potential hedge. This is where the tension between expectation and reality gets interesting. The expectation is a slow decline into irrelevance, but the reality is a company that is essentially trying to buy its way into a more lucrative and stable industry. They are targeting acquisitions like Lyocon for its European presence and Maddox Defense for its drone portfolio. If these deals close and integrate successfully, the company's valuation could look entirely different by the end of the year. Comment below how many shares of NUBURU you currently hold, or if you're waiting for a specific price target before jumping in. To understand why this move matters, we have to look at what NUBURU actually does. Their core business model is built around high-power blue laser technology. Most industrial lasers use infrared light, which is fine for steel, but terrible for metals like copper, gold, and aluminum because those metals reflect infrared light. Blue light, however, is absorbed much more efficiently. This allows for faster, spatter-free welding, which is critical for battery manufacturing and e-mobility. If you're building an EV battery, you need precise, clean welds on copper, and NUBURU's tech is objectively superior for that specific task. They also play in the 3D metal printing space, where their lasers can produce more detailed parts faster than traditional IR lasers. This business model was supposed to be their ticket to the big leagues, but the capital-intensive nature of hardware manufacturing proved to be a major hurdle. Historically, NUBURU went public via a SPAC, which we all know has been a rough path for almost every company that took it. They've faced challenges with NYSE American listing standards and have had to use equity-linked solutions to keep the lights on. Past performance has been a story of high hopes and low execution, with the stock falling nearly 80% over the last year. But the current pivot into defense is an attempt to escape that cycle. By acquiring Orbit SRL, they are adding a SaaS component, software as a service, focused on operational resilience and risk intelligence. This is a move toward intelligent portfolios of technology, where they're not just selling a laser box, but a whole system that includes software and autonomous capabilities. It's a strategy that mirrors what we see with larger defense contractors, and it's a bold move for a company with a market cap under $40 million. When you look at the options for online investing today, from interactive brokers to Fidelity, many investors are searching for these types of asymmetric bets, stocks where the downside is perceived to be limited because they are already so low, but the upside is potentially massive if a single catalyst hits. NUBURU is the definition of a lottery ticket stock in that regard. Their relationship with Techne SPA is particularly vital. Techne makes special mission vehicles, and if NUBURU can integrate its laser systems into those platforms for defense purposes, they move from being a subcomponent supplier to a prime adjacent contractor. They are also looking at dual-use UAV solutions with Maddox Defense, which fits right into the current global demand for drone technology. The future outlook for NUBURU depends entirely on their ability to execute this transformation plan without running out of cash. The catalysts are clear: the formalization of the Techne partnership, the full acquisition of Lyocon, and the potential to reach a 70-cent share price, which would trigger equity awards for management. If the share price hits 0.70 for 20 consecutive days, it signals to the market that the turnaround is real. However, the risks are just as prominent. The company is leaning heavily on structured debt and convertible notes. If they can't improve their cash flow, the dilution from these notes could act as a ceiling on the stock price, preventing it from ever making a meaningful recovery. This is the reality that challenges the moonshot expectation. Investors using investing sites to track these microcaps often get caught up in the hype of a single press release, but the institutional activity tells a more sober story. We need to see these acquisitions actually contribute to the top and bottom lines. The transition to a defense and security platform isn't just a name change, it requires a completely different sales cycle and regulatory hurdle. If they succeed, NUBURU becomes a diversified tech defense firm. If they fail, they remain a niche laser manufacturer with a stressed balance sheet. The fact that the stock is holding at 22 cents after such a long decline suggests that the weak hands have largely exited, and the remaining holders are betting on this 2026 execution phase. In summary, NUBURU is currently at a crossroads where its historical identity as a pure-play laser company is being replaced by a more complex, defense-oriented vision. The expectation was that the company would fade away as its cash dwindled, but the reality is an aggressive series of moves to consolidate European defense tech and software capabilities. The 6.82% jump today is a small sign of life, but the real test will be the July 31st, 2026 deadline for stockholder approval of certain acquisitions. We've seen the tension between their struggling financials and their high-velocity strategic goals create a high-volatility environment that appeals to those looking for investment help in the small-cap space. Whether you use Fidelity Wealth Management or trade on the Robinhood app, NUBURU represents one of the most high-risk, high-reward scenarios in the current market. The insights we've gathered suggest that while the road is narrow, the company is at least attempting to build a bridge to a more sustainable business model. The contrast between the market's low expectations and the company's high-velocity pivot is exactly what makes this a ticker worth watching closely as we move through the second quarter of 2026. Keep an eye on those volume numbers and the progress of the Techne and Orbit deals, as